Listen. I done screwed up in the format. I took a chance. When I first started recording, the screen was going wonky like this, and I said, well, it's settled on the widescreen format, so therefore everything, if I film it in widescreen format, should be fine. It's not. It's gonna be real small, postage size stamp. Postage size stamp. That's what this is gonna be. But it doesn't matter. I show you a little visual, a little picture. Just roll with it. It's important information, I think. The screw worm and the stupid Ebola and the stupid, really stupid sounding strain of an Ebola. I thought, here's the thing. It's always been like if you have the flu, not different strains of the flu. Cold, not different strains of the cold. Ebola, not different strains of Ebola. But now all of a sudden it's different strains. And wait till you get a load of what the dumbass sounding name they have for a certain strain of Ebola. Ebola, as if. But screwworm, the New World screwworm, unbelievable. So just roll with it. It is what it is, at any rate. What the hell? I think I got a doozy for you. The screwworm hasn't left us. No, that's percolating in the background now. The antivirus didn't take off. That was a dud. But maybe the screwworm will get everyone's attention, or so they think. This is Daily Mail that keeps wanting me to sign up to the Daily Mail Plus in order to read this article here. So let me, not that one. Yeah, Daily Mail keeps timing me out like they want me to subscribe to read the article further. So let me try to get through this real quick. The NHS warns staff to prepare for Ebola outbreak in the UK. Whatever happened to the Hannah virus? The rat shit crazy so-called virus. Oh, that's gone now? No monkeypox either? Okay. No Omicron? You're not gonna dust that one off either? Huh? The subscariant Omicron? You're not gonna dust that? No. We're gonna go with Ebola. This bullshit Ebola has been around since I lived in Tennessee in the 90s. That's when I first heard about Ebola. Well, now that the NHS in the UK is warning the UK to prepare for Ebola outbreak as eye-bleeding disease kills hundreds in Africa. Stock up on PPE and isolate patients ASAP. Cue up the figure and fiction. Are we gonna cure? Are we quarantining? Are we about to quarantine? Are we doing the lockdowns too, huh? You gonna do a Ebola lockdown? Is that what we're gonna try to pull? In conjunction with an energy lockdown? Is it the quaccinated whose eyes are bleeding with the frequencies? Do you remember that video I showed you in Israel, your favorite place, where it was, I think it was a train station, and their eyes started bleeding. They were like collapsing people. Do you remember that? It's frequencies. They were using frequencies to make that happen. And Israel, I think, is the most heavily quaccinated country on earth. I think just about everybody there had to take the vaccines. But do you remember that? And you know Bill Gates loves to quaccinate the Africans. So, eyes bleeding, huh? Okay, alright. I thought Ebola was a flesh-eating disease. Which is it? Is it an eye-bleeding disease or flesh-eating? I can't keep up with the New World Order. It's ridiculous. NHS staff have been told to prepare for potential Ebola cases reaching the UK amid a fast-growing outbreak in Africa. How is it that something thousands of miles away with a couple of patients that they have, a couple of cases in Africa, they want to sound the alarm a couple of thousands of miles away in the UK? It's fear-mongering. It's bullshit. It's fear-mongering. It's ridiculous. Did you take your vaccines? Well, no, you didn't. Well, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Although they do have frequencies they love to use on us. So England and surrounding areas need to prepare for a supposed Ebola outbreak, and updated guidance. The UK Health Security Agency, has urged hospitals, GPs, general practitioners, I guess, and frontline services to ensure they are ready to rapidly identify and isolate suspected patients. We suspect you might have Ebola. Well, I have no symptoms. Well, you're asymptomatic, but you have Ebola. We suspect. You're a suspect. Like you're a suspect with the popos. If they pull you over, they call you a suspect. Well, they're going to isolate suspected patients. Doesn't mean you have it. First of all, how are you getting Ebola? Is it contaminated water? It's through the it has to be through the vaccines. But look at the drama that they're drumming up here. Look at the cheesy. Is that hazmat suits? I mean, that doesn't look. I mean, look at the cheesiness. You can't just make this up. This looks like some kind of like friggin' like if a kid couldn't afford a Halloween costume and you want to go as like, I don't know, first responder or a person with a hazmat suit on. This is where you come up with trash bags, the stupid looking goggles. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. This is so, it's gay. It's very, very cheesy. The production is very outdated. It's so 2020. This is ridiculous. But this is what they're saying. They're saying be prepared, hospitals, be prepared, GPs, be prepared, frontline services, be prepared. They're warning that the risk remains low, because it's always low before they ramp up the fear-mongering and they say the risk is high, right? At first, COVID, 1984, was on the other side of the world. Nothing to worry about. Then it crept on over and hopped from country to country. Then it hit the shores of America. In early 2020, they said, just a few cases. Then by March 2020, they said, lock her down. Incrementally marching us towards their goal. So just because they say it remains low doesn't mean the risk of their bullshit narrative is low. We know there's no Ebola. It's probably just jack-offs that got the vaccines, the sheeples. But they're saying the risk is low at first, and then they'll just ratchet it up little by little. Oh, we've increased it to a 50-50 chance. Oh, it's getting high now. The risk of catching Ebola is high now over time, right? Oh, lock her down. Fact that noise. Look at the cheesiness. Look at this. This is insane. Now, if you're in Africa, I wouldn't blame you for actually trying to cover up and cover your body up and wear this get up right here, because I mean the place is like, it's polluted water. It's third worldish. It's the sanitation is just ew, right? It's disgusting. It's kind of like if you were back in the 1800s and lived in, or prior to sanitation, I should say, if you lived in England, the River Thames, or how would they say it? Looks like Thames. Well, London's on next to that river, right? And they would dump the dead animal carcasses in there. They would heavily polluted. They dumped their shit in there, whatever they could, into the river, and then they would drink the water and get sick. And then they call it the Black Plague. No, it's you drinking contaminated, disgusting river water, mofos. And the same thing happened in America and everywhere during that time that they didn't have proper sanitation. So likewise in Africa, because they're like throwback to the 1800s or before that with their lack of sanitation, lack of plumbing, right? I wouldn't blame you for wearing this, but it's not because there's something in the air to catch. It's just like I wouldn't want to touch anything over there, like their contaminated water, there's garbage all over the place. In a lot of areas, not every single place, obviously, in Africa. I'm sure there's some nice places too. Anyway, healthcare providers have been instructed to check that they have adequate supplies of personal protective equipment, PPEs, and ensure staff are trained in its use alongside clear protocols for managing suspected cases. So be on the lookout for that. Looks like they're ramping up the Ebola shit. I'm just going to go through this real quick. Let's see here. Oh, right here. Where was I? Pictured here, Red Cross workers walk in a formation. What do you have to walk? They're walking in line, walking like an Egyptian? What do you mean walking in a formation? As they disinfect Rwampara General Hospital before handling the body of a person who died of Ebola in Rwampara outside Bunia, Ituri province. What the hell? In Congo. So supposedly a person died of Ebola in this right here. And that's their general hospital, and they're sticking to it right in the background. And a person died of Ebola, and so they're going around spraying weed killer everywhere. Why are you outside spraying the fucking weeds? Are you spraying weed killer? This is the photo ops that we have here that you're giving us. You got the red gloves. tacky color contrast here with light blue. I'm sure it's symbolic for something, but this is just so hokey. I mean, come on, man. Come on, is this the best you could do? Seriously? We're still doing the, it's not even B grade theatrics. It's like D grade. It's like real bad flunky theatrics. That's how bad this is. So the spraying weed killer out there, Ebola's in the grass, right? It's on the dirt. It's fucking stupid, man. But here we are. Here we are. Oh, look, the dead body. The dead body with the Halloween, what was that, paint on there? Is that paint we got on there? I can't take this much longer. This is so stupid. But England, Ebola's coming for you. And then it's going to be coming for us. That's how they do this. First it hit Africa. Then it leaped on over to Europe. Then what's in Europe happens over here. Come on, man. We're not buying this New World Order. You're bullshit, Ebola. I got your Ebola. Not right here. This is so stupid. What is that? A raccoon in there? What do you got? You got your little paint, fake blood right there. I mean, this is bad. This is a bad production. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, England. I don't know what else to say, Europe. I don't know what else to say, America. I mean, this is just so damn stupid. Listen to this. Fatality rates vary between outbreaks, but can reach around 30 to 50% for the Bundibugyo strain. Wait a minute, there's certain strains of Ebola? Dozens of confirmed deaths. Dozens, folks. You better batten down the hatches. Over there in Africa, dozens. Out of the ungodly amounts of groids over there in Africa. Ungodly amounts. The population. It's a huge population. Dozens of Ebola cases. Oh, England, you better be scared. You better get your face diapers out. You better be sitting on the floor in your kitchen against the cabinet going, I want my mommy. I want my mommy. I'm scared, mommy. I'm scared. Dozens of cases. Cases. This is so bullshit. What are these symptoms of Ebola? Hemorrhagic fever, organ failure, internal bleeding. People may bleed. You could bleed from the eyes, and the nose, and parts of your body. You could bleed out your ass, maybe out your arse. That's the story, and you're sticking to it. Have you ever heard of anybody having Ebola? I've never heard of it, except for in Africa. Quaxines. Could be their nasty living conditions. Could be frequencies, right? But they're calling it a virus. They're saying that it spreads through infected bodily fluids, blood, vomit, saliva. It's not airborne. They're saying it's not airborne, all right? So remember that. They're saying that this is not airborne. Transmission requires close physical contact. Okay, it's not airborne. I thought viruses were airborne, according to them. I know fluids too, they say, even though viruses don't exist. But I thought viruses are also airborne. You're breathing, right? Moisture comes out of your mouth, right? In your breath, right? What if someone's standing by you, breathing in your breath? What about if someone takes a dookie, and you could be in a public bathroom, and you walk into that bathroom, and you're breathing in, you smell it, they're shit molecules, and the shit molecules have Ebola. Could you catch it that way? And that would be airborne, would it not? I'm just saying. I'm trying to apply logic here. If viruses existed, this is ridiculous. It's stupid. Only people who have the symptoms of Ebola can pass the infection on, they say. Fatality rates vary between outbreaks, but can reach around 30 to 50% for the Bundy, like Al Bundy? Bundibugyo. Hey, Bundibugyo, man! Bundibugyo strain of Ebola. That's the name. Bundibugyo. Bundibugyo. I can't add an African accent twist to that. I'll try. Bundibugyo strain. The Bundibugyo strain could reach 50% fatality rate. The Bundibugyo. Boot Scoot Boogie strain. The what? Listen to these names. They're facking with us. Big time. I'm not saying that people aren't sick, because if they're quaxinate over there, and you vaccinate in Europe and they turn up a certain frequency, I'm just saying, perhaps Bundy Boogio, you'll be Bundy Boogio. Bundy Boogio. I'm doing the boogie, man. I'm in pain, man. I'm in pain, man. Bleeding, man. I mean, what the fuck? Tracking Ebola outbreaks. Senegal, which is you got Guinea, Liberia, this region, Africa, Central African Republic, yada yada yada. Attention passengers traveling from the Congo to Uganda. There's currently an outbreak of Ebola. There's an outbreak there in 1995. It's all old hat shit. Ebola is a rare but serious disease. Symptoms can take between 2 and 21 days to appear and include flu-like symptoms. It's always the basic symptoms. It's the flu. It's the flu. High temperature. It's the flu. Tiredness, headache. Who hasn't had that? Who hasn't ever experienced a fever, chills? I ate this last week. Look, I work out in the yard. The lawnmower push mower wasn't working about 2 weeks ago. So what I do? A whole acre. I weed eat it. Do you know how backbreaking it is? But not only that, it kicks up a lot of shit. There's weeds and shit that I'm cutting, and I'm breathing some of this in. I know I am. A day later or two, I had congestion. Cough it up as soon as when I would wake up, but then it would and on and off throughout the day, I'd have some congestion in my throat and have to spit it out. Yeah, had chills on and off. Didn't feel good. Why? Because it's allergies to that. Basic symptoms. You got a fever, you could have the chills. You're allergic to the grass out there, it can run your system down to the point that it feels like you have the flu. And maybe some chills, like I did. I felt drained, tired. You can get headaches from the flu. You can get headaches from Ebola. You can get the chills from the flu. You can get the chills from Ebola. You can get body aches from the flu and or a severe cold. You can get it also with COVID, all these symptoms. Also with Ebola. It's all the same shit. Sore throat. You could have a stomach hurt. You could have muscle pains. Now with Ebola, they're saying, well, you might get stomach aches, blood in your shit. That's different than the flu, obviously. So Ebola does deviate at some point of the normal symptoms of the flu and all that. But if you would do a Venn diagram, a lot of the common symptoms would be right there, right? With some outliers over here for Ebola that the flu doesn't have. But by and large, the flu and the friggin' Ebola have the same friggin' symptoms, same shit. Except that in severe cases with Ebola, you could get blood out of your eyes, out of your arse, in your dookie, bruises all over your body. So, what's causing all that? I know Africa has shitty living conditions. I know Africa is heavily vaccinated, a lot of them, thanks to Bill Gates. I mean, I know a lot of sheeple out there in Europe and America and all around the world have been vaccinated from COVID. I know that they like to use frequencies to feck with us. So what else is there? What else is there to think? But one thing's for sure. The person that lives in a relatively healthy life, washes their hands, eats the best you can, exercises, didn't take the vaccines, shouldn't experience any of this shit. This is a nothing burger. Dozens of cases out of hundreds of millions in Africa is a 0.000000001% big ass nothing burger. But yet they're gonna drum up the fear. They're gonna drum it up best they can. And I wanted to share this with you real quick. The state of Georgia, United States, Estados Unidos, Georgia implements new animal import requirements amid new world screwworm detection. This is not the first time that I've mentioned the screwworm. I've been mentioning it on and off for the better part of a year. The main takeaway for this is that it's going after our beef supply. It's not attacking the fowl. It's not attacking pigs, the screwworm, but it's going after the cattle. And now the state of Georgia in the United States, in Georgia where I'm at, implements new animal import requirements amid new world screwworm detection. Georgia Agriculture Commissioner Tyler J. Harper and the Georgia Department of Agriculture have announced enhanced interstate movement health requirements for all warm-blooded animals entering Georgia. More restrictions. Remember how they wanted to have checkpoints at the state lines during COVID? Remember that? They wanted to do that. They didn't get their way because there was a lot of pushback. A lot of people just saying, hey, there is no virus out there. This is all tyranny. So they didn't implement their checkpoints, show me your papers to enter Georgia or any other state, show me your papers. But they're going to do this here for screwworm purposes. The New World screwworm. Why would you call it the New World screwworm? Because it's the New World Order screwing us is what it is. Okay? So Georgia is announcing enhanced interstate movement health requirements for all warm-blooded animals entering Georgia. The immediate measures are in response to the detection of the New World screwworm in Zavala County, Texas. Well, that's just what the doctor ordered, right? Right? We got the Ebola and psyop encroaching on us, and now we got the screwworm. I wouldn't doubt that there's a screwworm out there, a literal one that's attacking the beef because they don't want us eating beef. But they're also saying, well, we're going to have to monitor your warm-blooded animals. If you want to take Fido from Texas to Georgia, well, not so fast, pal. We're going to have to step in and check old Fido out and make things a little bit more difficult for you to travel with Fido. That's what it sounds like to me. This is bullshit. Yeah, it's a New World Order screwing us over. And I'm going to leave you with this. New World, and it's going after the beef, and you know, you won't eat the beef. Notice how Clown Slob of the World Economic Forum never said the pork steak will be a treat. Didn't say that. Did he say the chicken drumsticks will be a treat? He didn't say that. Not that I recall, but what he did say is the beef that'll be a treat. It'll be so difficult for you to afford to eat the beef, which they're doing now. They're jacking up the price out the wazoo under the guise of it's the lowest beef supply in a generation. Now you got the screwworm attacking the lowest beef supply of the generation, and you can see what direction this is going because they don't want us to eat zip meat. They want us to eat this zip bugs. Second case of flesh-eating parasite that devours victims alive has been detected in the United States. It's always a case. It's a case of this. It's a case of that, like this. A case of the screwworms. A second case. It's a case. Do you know how many weird shit things happen to people? You know that? Remember that show 1001 Ways to Die? Weird shit. People died in weird ways that most people don't. But they had a show about weird ways that people die. It's not the norm. Same thing with this. A second case of a terrifying flesh-eating parasite is detected in the United States. It's a case. Okay, out of 400 million people, a second case is nothing. It's a big nothing burger. I'm sure this has happened before. I'm sure people... Listen, there's this girl, I read about it, it's like 7 years ago. I'll never forget it. I'll remember waking up and I read the news on my phone. I was reading the news and I was like, what the hell? It's local news. This girl in the next county over went swimming in the lake. She got an infection from some kind of parasitic shit in the water, in the lake water. She wound up losing her leg. That was a case of someone losing their leg from some bullshit bacteria in the water. Did they try to push that narrative and say, well, this is something that's spreading across the United States? No, it happens. Shit like that, weird shit like that happens every now and then. Weird shit happens on amusement park rides. One time, years ago, there was some jerk off was walking near a roller coaster, and the roller coaster, I think, dipped down real fast at 60 miles per hour, and the person was walking right near there, and one of the rider on the roller coaster's feet hit the guy in the head, knocked his head off. Is that something that could happen everywhere? No. So just because you have a second case, is what I'm trying to say, of something weird like a flesh-eating parasite in the United States doesn't mean it's going to be happening everywhere. It's isolated weird shit occurrences. But what they're doing is taking it and taking that ball. Let's take the parasitic ball, flesh-eating ball, and run with it to drum up fear. It's bullshit. Are they dropping these worms off on farms in different places to infect animals and shit like that? Inquiring minds want to know. But the New World screwworm parasite has been confirmed in Texas. I mentioned this. Well, they're saying this screwworm has invaded the U.S. Let's see here. Let me read this, okay, real quick. The New World screwworm, or NWS, instead of NWO, parasite has been confirmed in Texas, invading the U.S. for the first time since 1966. I don't know, 1966. Weird. I really want to end this. Just know that the first case was detected. It's always a case-demic. Was detected on Thursday, and the United States Department of Agriculture confirmed a second breakout. Breakout, don't stop to ask. Oh, that song, Breakout. Gotta find a way to make it last. Breakout. Alright. USDA has confirmed a second detection. Is it there or not there? Oh, I detect something's going on. There's a screwworm. The USDA has confirmed a second detection of NWS in a 1-month-old calf in Zavala County, Texas. So calves never get parasites? We had an 8-acre farm. Coming fresh out of Brooklyn. Got 8 acres here in the South in 1981. Yeah. And guess what? I remember, I don't know if it was my dad or my brother, but there was like a worm or something coming out of a pore of one of our cows. And I think it was my brother, or it could have been my dad, whatever. Pressed around the area where the parasite was, and it's like squirted out. Was that a flesh-eating parasite? No, but it was a parasite. Animals get them. People get them. Supposedly cancer is a parasite. So just because you found a parasite in a 1-month-old calf doesn't mean squat. All right, they get parasites. Animals get parasites. Dogs get parasites. That's why you have to give them pills like heartworm pills and shit like that to prevent it or get rid of the parasites that are in them. I'll tell you what the real parasite is. You already know. It's New World Order. It's all these New World Order bitches, the new NWO cops, the New World Order governments, all these New World Order hoes. They're the fucking parasites. The corporate media, they're the New World Order parasites. They're the biggest parasites going. The government's the biggest parasite going. Mooching off of us, our taxes. Not representing us the way we should be. This is going on for the longest time. So, either it's a normal parasite that animals get, or it's something that they're fucking, like from Plum Island or Bill Gates or whatever, has been developed in a lab and unleashed on our cows, mainly because they don't want us to eat the beef. That's why they make fucking beef tick. Well, if you get bit by this tick, you get allergic to beef. You don't get allergic to pork. You don't get allergic to chiggies. You don't get allergic to fish from that tick, but you get allergic to meat. Beef, I should say, in particular. So here we are. Drum up the New World Order screwworm as it encroaches further and further the narrative into the United States. Because that's the story they're going to say. Oh, it's in Texas. Then, oh, it's over here. And, oh, it's over there. And you can't eat meat. They're going to have to recall the meat and all. Whatever shit. It's bullshit. Stock up. Just know that it's never going to stop until it stops. Because the world's full of demons. And we need a big old-fashioned revival tent exorcism. Or maybe... Do they do it? No, Baptists don't do exorcism, do they? I think they do. They kind of cast out in their own way. They do. They cast out in their own ways. And then we need a good old-fashioned priest with the cross. The power of Christ compels you. The power of... Remember, what the heck was that? Like in the exorcism. Remember that scene? She's about ready to spit up green... what was it? Green peas soup, which was supposed to be green vomit, demonic vomit in the exorcism, and you had the priest go in there splashing holy water on her. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Yeah, that's what we need, a big exorcism of all these fucking demons. All that bullshit. Believe no damn friggin' damn screw worm. If there's a screw worm, it's them that developed it and unleashed it on our calves because they don't want us to eat the meat. They're turning the screws on us. They're trying to screw us any which way they can. No Vaseline, these bastards. That's why we need a damn exorcism. As Georgia enforces health rules for traveling with your animals, right? Warm-blooded animals. As the NHS in England says, prepare for Ebola to hit, well, England, UK. It's not going to hit other areas of Europe, no. Just the UK. That's kind of strange, but okay, whatever. That's what I got if you don't be a troll out there. See a troll, say something. Ooh.